he practiced pretty much full speed down in Florida in December. But obviously, at that point we had redshirted him, so he was out of the mix from a playing standpoint. But he's fine, and we got one corner spot open. Really, we got two, but we got 22 spots open. But Prater had a good year, good experience, and I think it's going to be interesting to see who emerges at the other corner. I think between Jordan, between Micah Hyde, Greg Castile, I think we have some pretty good competition. Willie Lowe's in there too, so it'll be fun to watch those guys compete.
Coach, at what point, either for the fans or for players hearing outside comments, do you start managing expectations? People are going to be pretty high on this team when the fall begins.
It's the same old story. I mean, this is a new season for us, a new team, and we know this. We got some very good players back, and that'll drive expectations. Those preseason polls are a lot like recruiting rankings. They're all speculative and based on. Recruiting rankings are based on what guys did in high school, which is about the only way you can rank them. I think preseason rankings are based on your experience level, your success level, and then maybe the name of your school too. So those three things factor in, but they really don't have much to do with how we play next year in our 12 games. So we got a lot of work to do right now, and to replace guys like Pat Anger, AJ Eads, Tony Moyaki, Balaga, go right down the list. We lost some really good players that really brought a lot to our program, and we've got some work to do. We know that. So I think historically those preseason polls, outside of maybe the name brand schools, the preseason polls are usually they're not real accurate.
Given that Ricky's obviously entrenched as a starter quarterback.
Yeah, I don't know if he's entrenched, but yeah, he's got the most experience. Yeah.
And that he'll, whoever, when he's the guy in the fall, he's going to have to get most of the snaps. How big is this spring for John and James?
I think every spring's big for every guy on our roster right now. We got a lot of guys operating at different levels, and I just mentioned guys like Van Sloten, Buffelli, Drew Clark. Guys like that are right now, they're not ready to play. I can tell you that based on what I know at least. And but what they need to be doing is trying to move closer to that point, and this is every practice is really important for them. You got a guy like Zusevic who's on a different level, trying to earn a starting job, and that's a different level of achievement maybe, or what have you. But those practices are important to him too, and if guys like Stanzi and Claiborne are thinking right, then they're going to be working every bit as hard as those guys. Trying to be the best they can be at their position. They should be the best on our roster. I don't know if they will be, but they should be. But they're competing against everybody in the country too, if they're thinking right. And I think they are. Both those guys are. But you look at a guy like James Annenberg. I think we also that he's got some great potential, and I know he's going to compete this spring, and that's going to make Ricky a better player, because I know Rick's going to answer that competition. So they've all got different things they're focusing on that. If guys are thinking right, they'll be competing hard and trying to not only earn a starting job, but be the best they can be. I think that's ultimately what we're hoping for.
Daniel Murray was limping around pretty well after the fake field goal, the Orange Bowl.
He's fine. Yeah, he's fine.
Is that job open?
Outside of that being ugly, but he's fine. Yeah.
Is that job open up now with Trent coming back and being?
Yeah, all jobs are open right now, and that's an area. Statistically, I don't even know. I go more off field. We can do better at that position, and. Trent's had good experience. We've got kind of a unique situation. We got two guys that have played a lot at that position, and it's going to be straight up competition. It really was going into last year too, and it just worked out that Daniel won the job, and afforded us the opportunity to redshirt Trent. But I think that thing's a straight out competition right now.